Capricorn family, hello and welcome to your October 2024 tarot forecast. I'm Ms. Eden and Caps. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. This is going to be a general reading for my Capricorn sun, moon, and rising signs. If y'all aren't sure of your moon or rising sign, a quick Google search for a birth chart calculator, or there's plenty of free astrology apps that'll get you that information as well, y'all. If you don't catch this video right after I post it, Capricorn, don't sweat it. Know that there's a time and a place for you to receive this message. Whenever you feel that little tingle to click, that's the right time for you to receive it, all right? To all the longtime subscribers, welcome back. So happy my Capricorn fam, long timers are here. Thank y'all so much for your comments, all your likes. I have really loved hearing the feedback from the family, so definitely keep the comments coming. And to all the new subscribers, I know we have a couple. I know we have some new subscribers joining the family, so welcome. I'm super happy all of y'all are here. If y'all like what you see here, I do also dabble with a little Instagram. I don't do too many socials, but that's my one other. That link is in my bio, y'all, if you want to check me out over there and follow me on Instagram. Let's keep growing that family. There's all sorts of stuff that gets posted over there that doesn't make it over to my YouTube here. All right, y'all. Capricorns, let's talk a little bit, if it's all right, about the astrology of October 1st. Because like I've been saying in other readings, if you've caught my other monthly forecasts, the energy is picking up from here to the end of the year. And y'all, we're in it now. We're in it. So as maybe like before, I was kind of like, oh, it's coming up and get ready. Well, now we're here, right? Now the energy is moving and grooving. I'm sure for a lot of us individually in our lives, we're feeling a lot of fast-paced movement pick up. Maybe even some big shifts and changes because we're in the midst of eclipse season right now, y'all. But definitely collectively as well, like humanity en masse is going through a big bunch of paradigm shifts. So I can see that happening. And as we start October, on the 2nd, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Libra. This solar eclipse closes out our eclipse cycle, our current eclipse cycle. We had our lunar eclipse a few weeks ago, mid-September. It also closes out the eclipse cycle for 2024. So eclipse cycles really get things moving and grooving. So whereas maybe before, earlier in the summer, we had a little bit of a reprieve, some time to prepare, some I wouldn't say downtime, but some time to kind of like, we're not launching yet. We're still researching, gathering info, making doing our work, checking it twice, that sort of stuff. Now it's launch time for a lot of us. And with this new moon, all about new beginnings, initiations, new starts, new paths, right? Solar eclipse in Libra. This is really highlighting the balance that we hold in all of our relationships, not just romantic, y'all. This could be family, friends, work, yes, romantic. It could also be our relationship with ourselves, relationship with our planets, the relationship with our work, right? But all sorts of things having to do with our relationships are coming up for review, and we're really collectively needing to re-examine where are we out of balance, right? With that Libra coming into the solar eclipse, where can we start new and fresh cycles, like taking a footing of truth, Libra, right? Very much the card of justice in the tarot. So truth seeking so that you can gain your balance. And listen, learning the truth doesn't always mean it's easy. Many times learning the truths can be hard. And Capricorn family, it's important that even though it's hard, we hear and learn, most importantly, learn what we need to from these truths so that we can, again, release what we need, continue to grow, make space for the new. This eclipse highlights the nodes, which I won't take too much time to go into. Just know that there's on your astrological chart a north node and a south node. These are points in your chart, and they represent very much what we've come to do karmically, like our karmic lessons we've come to learn, the contracts that we came into this life with. And The North Node is currently in Aries. That is the node that will always be shown on your chart. The South Node, I don't believe, like 99.9% of the time is not shown on your chart. So just know, to find your South Node sign, it is always the sign opposite your North Node. So the North Node currently is in Aries of the Self, right? The South Node is in Libra, relationships with others. So a lot of emphasis with this solar eclipse as well on how are we doing, how are we ourselves doing with our relationship with everything else and ourselves, right? We need to review that. Then after that eclipse, so that wraps up eclipse season on the 2nd, right at the beginning of the month, we have Jupiter stationing retrograde in the sign of Gemini on October 9th. On October 11th, Pluto goes direct. It's been retrograding. It will station direct, we say, or, it's moving out of retrograde, basically, on the 11th of October. Now, I would say I don't want to call it the spidey senses because, I'm a reader. So, like, my intuitive tingle says to mark your calendars and look out for that period around the 9th to the 11th and the few days around that mid-month. Because between the 9th and the 11th is a very interesting time where we will have all of the outer planets in retrograde. Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto. All of them retrograde. A lot of the outer planets represent paradigm shifts when they move around and do their thing because their transits are much longer than the inner planets, Venus, Mercury, Mars. And I know the moon is not a planet, but still the moon moves around our zodiac wheel as well. So that period around when Jupiter goes retrograde on the 9th and Pluto going direct on the 11th, I bet some spicy shit's going to happen around there. So just like I wouldn't say keep your eyes on the news, but like I wouldn't be surprised if we hear some stuff on the larger world scale happening around that time. Wouldn't surprise me. And it might have to do with communication, technology, but also power structures and power dynamics because Pluto has been in Capricorn for quite a while, which are both Pluto and Capricorn very much about control, stability, top-down power, money, resources, all that good earthy stuff, right? Earth sign, after all. So Pluto is moving out of that Capricorn energy, that top-down power dynamic, into Aquarius. And power is being restructured more horizontally to the people, to the masses. Aquarius, humanitarian sign, community-based. Truth also, like Libra, very much truth-oriented and justice-seeking. Always trying to do what's right. So it might also get a little weird with Pluto in Aquarius because Aquarius can be like a very weird sign, air sign. It's like out there, it can get really spacey. Who knows if we're going to hear some interesting information and developments with regards to ETs, UFOs, whatever you want to call them. But like, stuff happening in space and all that business. So it's just that period around mid-month is going to be, my guess is rather spicy, y'all. Then on the 17th of October, we have a full moon in Aries. Again, highlighting those nodes, right? Those north and south nodes, since the north node is in Aries. A time to really wrap up and culminate full moon energy, right? These things that we need to deal with our own egos. The ways we hold ourselves back from being too impulsive, pulling the trigger too quickly because we think we know what's right. We're always in the right. We know what's best. Very much an ego-driven sign. Like Aries has a lot of ego energy. I won't say Aries are ego-driven signs. That's not true. But yes, very fiery, very creative, but a little bit touch impulsive. So again, what do we need to wrap up there? What do we need to find balance with, again, in our relationship with self? Those nodes with the South Node in Libra, all about relationships, our truths with that, highlighting with that North Node in Aries. On the 22nd of October, Scorpio season begins. So it's just a booming month. Pace is not going to slow down. Expect a lot of big changes on the larger scale for collectively like the world, but also I'm feeling it individually for each of us as well. So I'm sure a lot of us, are feeling a lot of shifts. It's important that, especially my Capricorns, my earth signs, we lean into those things that stabilize and ground us, those healthy things, right? That lift us up, that bring us a little bit of lightness and joy, that make us feel stable, secure, while everything is shifting and whirling around us, because y'all, the only constant in life is change, right, my loves? So y'all, let's get into your reading, beautiful Capricorn. Mark me if I'm wrong, Caps, but didn't you start the month in September with this card? It was around the same. It was in your reading, I feel like, for September, but here you are entering October. So if I'm remembering correctly, and I may be not, leave it in the comments if I'm not. I'm going to have to go back and check. But here you are. You're just like not feeling satisfied with something. Something's not filling your cup, or quite a few of your cups. You're feeling kind of let down. Cap, some of my Cap family, about something in your life. Something's letting you down, a situation, maybe a person, maybe a job. But you're just not interested in emotionally investing in that anymore. So you might be taking some time out for yourself to figure out what is it that fills your cup, to gain those insights. Sometimes, I think last month this was about be mindful that you don't miss that message from Spirit, that cup. But I think this month I'm very much picking up the sense that this is about a lot of my Capricorn family taking a time out for themselves to figure out and listen and wait for that message from Spirit, from their higher selves, about what moving forward can fill their cup. Because again, everything's shifting and changing for us with that, especially when it comes to relationship dynamics. And I know when we hear that word relationship, we always have a romantic that goes off like little hearts, and it's all Valentine's and stuff, but that's not what relationship means. It's not always relationships with people either. It could be with situations, with environments, with places, with things, right? So yeah, we're just not feeling it. You're not feeling it coming into October, Caps. I'm sorry. And there's some messages, the energy surrounding my Caps. There's some messages of the heart coming at you, perhaps from the past. Could also be from a younger water sign, masculine type energy. So my water signs are, what do we got? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Maybe a message from one of them for some of my Capricorn family. But this is definitely like an emotional message, meaning not like you're going to cry, but like, it hits your heart, right? I got my selenite here, if you see that. I'm just kind of rolling it around in my hand. Yeah, so the energy surrounding you, you might have received, some of my Capricorns might have received some messages that have been of the emotional nature, hit them at their heartstrings a little bit. It might also be moving around a little bit to a place that you're more emotionally stable in, like that you feel good in, right? Because again, something's not filling your cup. Something hasn't been. So maybe you're thinking about a move. You've been thinking about. If you have moved, maybe some of y'all are dissatisfied. Transition takes time. Give it time. If you're like off the tip, you're like, I'm regretting this move. Give it time. There's certainly lessons in there that you need to learn, experiences you need to have, Caps, that you're not even aware of yet. And that's why you're there. Okay? Not saying the lessons are always going to be good, but there's certainly gain the wisdom, learn the lesson so you can continue to grow. At the base, it's all about like a new material stream of resource for my Capricorns. So maybe a lot of y'all have started new jobs, new projects. Again, maybe some of that is what's leading to disappointment. Maybe you're kind of hitting a block. Maybe you're feeling a little like, what did I do? But yeah, you have some fresh, you have something fresh coming in when it comes to your material resources. This isn't always a money card, but it could indicate that My Capricorns are now receiving some money from some work that they're doing, something new. Some new revenue is coming your way or has come your way since it's at the base of your reading. But money and your material stability and success is very much on my Capricorn's mind, like at the base of October. Maybe that's why you're re-examining things. So don't be so quick to be impulsive, like knee-jerk reactions. You may be feeling something, so sit with it. See if it lingers for a minute. I always, if I'm starting a new job, you minimum 6 to 9 months before you fully acclimate. I know that sounds long, but that's what I found. It takes about 6 to 9 months before you really get into the swing of things. And anything before that is just kind of like discomfort, right? Like you're learning still. At the past, coming up in September, that was so contradictory. Let me start that statement over. In the past, coming into September, what's been affecting my Capricorns is just some fast moving energy. Y'all have been, again, maybe with that new job, new collaboration, new project, you've been hustling, you've been creating, and with this eclipse season upon us, you have been, maybe since the last eclipse, just like moving and grooving. This is very much directed energy that you know exactly where you need to go, and you trust that your higher self is going to get you there. Right? Maybe I should pull, yeah, there you go. That focuses it more. I got to learn like the right distance to get that perfect focus. But see, there's no reins on this chariot, Capricorn. It's not even about hope, like trusting, I should say, that spirit's got you, because there they are. Higher self, spirit, guides, angels, whatever. This is about moving above and beyond the trusting and where you've gone into the knowing. You've done your work, so you know how to direct your chariot, your energy. And again, maybe that's like why we're, again, going back to that, like maybe that's why we're feeling some dissatisfaction coming into the month. Because you have these new projects, new opportunities, new money opportunities also coming in. And you got the energy crowning your reading with the Ace of Wands to do it. And that chariot, shit, yep. It's all about the new for a lot of my Capricorn family. Y'all are doing a lot of new shit right now. And for my earth signs, I know that's kind of like, you're not a fixed sign like Taurans. So you can maybe flex with new stuff a little bit easier. It's more exciting for my Capricorns when they're trying something new. It lights a fire, right? Wands are all about fire, creativity, inspiration, energy. So you're wanting that, or you've been feeling that. If you're feeling that lack of, or you're feeling, back to our 4 of Cups to start. If you're feeling that lack of, it's like you're wanting this. Maybe you got a little taste. So if you've got a little taste, like again, don't have a knee-jerk reaction, Cap. Like, let it pan out for a while. Maybe that little taste was a little sign that you're on the right track. Again, transitions are just that. They're transitions. They're kind of icky. They're long. They might be long, take a while. Coming into the future of October, so I'd say mid-late October for my Capricorns, we have a few cards that fell out for y'all. We have strength. Inner strength, leading with compassion, not harshness, in order to get what you need to get done. Endurance, maybe some difficult times coming up, because then we have the 7 of Swords as well. So something's taking from your mental wellness, as well as, I guess, your kind of like filling your emotional cup, right? This could also be an energy of like you feeling you need to do it all on your own and you don't. Or someone around you is feeling like they can do everything and have everything for themselves. And so maybe they're taken from you or not being straight up with you about something. But this card gets really deep. The more I learn about this card, the more interesting I find it. It can very much be about taking and trying to do it all ourselves without anyone else's help. Kind of sneaking away and doing it in the dark. So you can ask for help, right? Because here we go, 3 of Pentacles. So this could be, this is a little This could go a couple ways for my Capricorn family since this is a general reading. That Strength card, you might need the endurance for someone you work with, Three of Pentacles, someone on a team with you that's not being straight up, that's trying to be a little too selfish and take too much or not be honest. Okay, so you need to be, maybe some of y'all on the lookout for that. Maybe some of y'all know exactly who that energy is. And it's taken from your mental well-being, because swords are all about mental well-being. Pentacle is all about our resources, right? The other flip side of that is, again, having that strength, that inner strength through compassion to know when now, you are trying to do it all on your own too much, Capricorn, and you can lean into your team to help you. So again, it plays a couple ways for my Caps. But either way, be on the lookout for this energy of like trying to do it all themselves. It's trying to take from your mental well-being, and just steer clear of it. You don't need that energy. Strength and endurance. Just like meet it with kindness and compassion and be like, ta-ta. That's it. Here you are right now, Six of Cups. So very nostalgic. Maybe that message with that Knight of Cups, that message again from the past that we saw surrounding you coming into the month. It's making us feel nostalgic. We're thinking about the past. We're thinking about someone, something, sometime. So that's where you're at right now, is like you got a lot of fast moving energy, a lot of new starts, but yet your mind is still a little bit back there in the past. And other people see, right? They might be disappointed by you this month. And then again, like, I don't know the individual story. They got to be mindful of their expectations. This isn't how other people see my Capricorns. So this is not a Cups card, even though there is heartbreaking on it. This is all about what we expect, what we hold in our mind and think is going to happen. And is that realistic? Or are we just setting ourselves up for disappointment? Right? So maybe we're having, again, we're being disappointed by some people. Maybe we're just doing what we need to do, and thus we're disappointing some others. But, you know, as long as you're not hurting anybody and doing what you need to do, Capricorn, like, whatever, to their own opinion. F them, right? This is about checking our expectations and how that leads us into trouble. So whoever this is, be it you that's the disappointed, or someone else is disappointed by you this month, it's about the expectations we have, and that's why expectations are dangerous. So be mindful of that. Hopes and Fears, Page of Cups for my Caps. This is an interesting one. Interesting placement where with everything else that we've had so far. So my Caps, you're like, quit acting so serious. Some of y'all need to play a little bit. And you know that you need to lighten up. But some of y'all also, this could be a kind of a warning to also just be mindful of escapism through vices, overindulging a little bit, being a little too naivete and immature with how we handle vices. So again, like, for each their own with my Capricorns, but that's a little, you know. Final message is it's going to take calm, clarity, and a perseverance towards truth in order to make the most, I'll say, out of October's energy. So King of Swords, not interested in getting emotionally involved. I think that's where you're at now. Maybe with the wrap up of this eclipse season, a lot of again, we have a lot of stuff happening, so maybe gaining new knowledge will help you figure out what will fill your cup. And then once we figure that out, we can get really serious about how to attain that. It's a very thoughtful king, but not very warm. Very sharp in the mind, well-read, very articulate, good communicator, and always, always truth-seeking. Oh, you guys didn't. You had the wands. That's right. I thought you had a sword, an ace of swords down here. But it's your job this month, with everything going on and whirling around you and all this newness in your lives, and to suss out what's really going on around you. Again, maybe a lot of you have new communities, new places you've moved, perhaps, new jobs, new teams. Maybe you're heading those, right? You're the boss of them. So take the time that you need this month to really suss out what it is that you need in order to keep moving and grooving. And I don't want to say keep moving and grooving, not along the same paths, because we're elevating, we're moving up, right? But you have no time for any nonsense this month. But that doesn't mean, bottom of the deck, you can't lean into your creative side and your spiritual side as well, because we have a lot of planets in Neptune right now. And Saturn being in Neptune is kind of demanding we touch base with our spiritual development a little bit more. Take it a bit more seriously. So Queen of Wands at the bottom, lean into your spiritual side, get creative, follow your passion pursuits. Don't forget about those. Don't work so hard. Yeah. All right, beautiful Capricorn. I hope that message hit for y'all for October. Definitely let me know in the comments how that was resonating for you. And what I always like doing is coming back and checking out a reading maybe mid-month or end of the month once some stuff has actually transpired, and then I'm like, oh, seeing how it hit. So I love the comments. Definitely leave me some feedback to let me know how I'm doing. Sending my Capricorn family so much love for the month of October. Bye, y'all.